Hello everyone, this is a 21.5-inch vertical electro-hydraulic system. First, let's introduce the functions of the system's icons. The first icon on the bottom left is the oil pump start button. The product icon leads to our product library. In graphic editing, draw the shape to be bent and save it. When bending, select the preset program for the bending angle operation. Next, let's introduce the functions of the main page. This is the manual movement function. Taps manual to enter the page. At the top, there is an x-axis rear swing value setting. There is also second axis lift control and mechanical compensation. This is the manual movement interface. You can adjust by increasing or decreasing the value. Then return to the main page. This is the parameter icon. It is used to set the system parameters. This icon is for displaying status. Please pay attention. The machine status is checked when there's an issue. When diagnosing problems, you need to see whether there are any feedback signals. This includes the upper value point feedback. It also checks whether the foot pedal up and down feedback signals are normal. This is the compensation feedback signal. This is the magnetic burst pull feedback signal. There is also a communication status display. Check if there is a communication signal. This is the language setting. There are multiple language options. You can choose any one of them. For example, English or Chinese. This is the length unit setting. We primarily use millimeters. There are two unit options. One is the millimeter unit. The other is the inch unit. Inch units are mostly used by overseas customers. Here is the mode selection. In semi-automatic mode, after pressing down to apply pressure, it will automatically lift up. This is the semi-automatic mode. This is the continuous machine test function. It is off by default. It is not recommended for users to enable this function. Not recommended to be enabled. Then return to the main page. This is the lighting switch. Turn it on as needed. Tap the More Settings icon. Inside, there is a pressure release time setting. Pressure release time and pressure release distance. The pressure release time refers to when the blade is pressed down to apply pressure. After applying pressure, if abnormal mechanical noises occur, it means the pressure wasn't fully released. Therefore, you need to add a release time. Provide a pressure release time. Without a pressure release time, it is equivalent to not releasing the pressure sufficiently, which will lead to abnormal noises. It even emits a thud sound. At that time, you need to adjust the release distance. In other words, after applying pressure, set the release distance. For example, set it to 1 mm. After pressure application is complete, it will automatically lift, slowly rising by 1 mm, and then returning to its original position. That is its function. It eliminates the rebound force. This is the pressure release distance. This is the press down operation. Let me explain. Once you have set everything above, you won't be able to press down, because this function is disabled, so you cannot press down. This is manual operation. For a foot pedal operation, you need to enable this function first. Once enabled, you don't need to tap the run button manually. It will start running automatically. This can be adjusted flexibly according to customer needs. There is also a large arc feature. At the top of the large arc, there is an angle setting. Enter the degree here. Angle of the large arc. Radius length. After setting the number of bends, generate the current large arc program. But you need to remember, after generating the current large arc, your first step must be precise. This is adjusting the large arc. Then return. Here are more feature introductions. The function introductions in the row below. This is the angle YEY2 input angle setting. For example, enter 90 degrees. Then here is angle compensation. You can compensate both simultaneously, or compensate one side only. For single side compensation, if you want both sides compensated together, click directly on angle compensation. For single compensation, open the angle setting you want to compensate. This is the x-axis external gauge. I can also choose internal teeth. Choose internal teeth bend or external teeth bend. Enter the related values here. I can also set it to 50. Either way works, same for the r-axis. This is the secondary axis setting. This is the opening height. Choose how high you want the tool to lift. How large the opening should be. The units entered here are millimeters. Then here is the variable speed point setting. A variable speed point is the starting point for slowing down and the speed change point. The variable speed point value is in millimeters. Enter the position of the variable speed point here. For example, start slow pressing at 1 centimeter. This value must be greater than the plate thickness. For example, my plate thickness is 3 millimeters. The variable speed point can be set to 5 millimeters. It must be higher than the plate thickness. But the variable speed point cannot be equal to or less than the plate thickness. Otherwise, it won't press down. This is the hold pressure time. Hold time is the duration counted when fully pressed down. It cannot be set to 0. 0 is not appropriate. Minimum should be set to 0.1 seconds. Maximum slow down speed cannot exceed 15. Maximum limit is 15. Some users prefer setting speed at 10. Usually after bending, speed shouldn't be too fast. It can be a bit faster when bending folded plates. This is the tonnage setting. What is your machine's tonnage? Enter the tonnage value here. Machine compensation input is not needed. Machine compensation is automatically calculated based on plate length. Plate length setting will be explained here. It will automatically adjust based on your plate length. It will calculate automatically. This is the material type. Material options. You can choose steel, aluminum alloy, or stainless steel. Because each material has different properties. Like steel and stainless steel materials, they are different. Different materials also have different rebound characteristics. You must choose the correct material. Here is where you enter the back gauge position. 3 millimeters is the back gauge position input. Here is where you enter the plate length. This is the mold. Click the mold. Click to open the mold. Above is the upper mold. Below is the lower mold. If you want to edit the mold, click More Editing. Click OK to enter. First is the upper mold setting. You'll delete this mold first. After deleting, there are no parameters inside. Then click to create a new mold. There is a default value inside. It is the system default parameter, but you need to set the parameters according to your actual mold situation, including the mold angle. Chamfer mold height. On my upper right corner, there is a reference diagram. Here H represents height. Edit the mold dimensions according to the marked L1, L2, and L3 on the diagram. If your mold is reversed, you need to invert the direction. You need to choose the mold direction and change it from forward to reverse. The mold will change. For example, if I input the height, the mold will adjust accordingly. The standard mold height is usually 150. I usually set it to 120. We calculate the size based on the blade edge to the mold step. The furniture part does not need to be included. This is the upper mold. Our basic mold is like this. Then go back. The lower film is the same. The lower and upper films are identical. After entering, I will delete it first. After deletion, you need to create a new mold. There are default values when creating a new mold. After creating the mold, set the groove width, angle, chamfer, and height are all the same, only with an added groove width parameter. Select the groove width. You need to measure the dimension from edge to edge of the groove, then input the groove width size. Input all sizes according to L1 and L2 in the upper right reference diagram. Enter all the dimensions. Slightly adjust the parameters. If the groove direction is wrong, You can also click to reverse it. The groove will automatically switch to the right side. The direction can all be changed. Next is the mold. We have 50 mold numbers in total. From 1 to 50, you can set 50 molds. Mold explanation finished. There are retreat height and retreat distance parameters. Here is retreat height. Retreat distance. For example, when I input above, if retreat distance is 10. What does retreat height mean? It means during the pressing process, at 180 degrees, it retreats backward, if it's not yet 180 degrees, and still 1 or 2 millimeters away from the board. Then I choose a retreat height. I select retreat height as -1 or -2, which means -1 to 2 millimeters. Clamp the board tight. Retreat backward, needing to drop to this degree. Then the retreat height. When not set, set retreat distance to 1. When the blade is 1 or 2 millimeters away from the board, when it retreats backward, you need to add a retreat height. This is the meaning of retreat height. Then switching steps conditions. We have an upper reference point step change, meaning when the blade reaches the upper reference point, it changes to the next step. Also have lower reference point step change. Also one for loosening foot step change. Above, we added a foot pedal press step change. What does foot pedal press step change mean? It means I programmed step 1. I chose foot pedal press step change. I programmed 2 blades. After the first blade finishes folding, the blade lifts up, but the program won't jump to step 2. Why? Because I must press the foot pedal first to enable it. Only then will it change to the next step. This is foot pedal press step change. Some users choose upper reference point step change, because upper reference point step change is used more often, only in specific cases like Zhejiang University bow and arrow. When there's no time for the platform step, you must choose a push point to change steps. This is the step down step change. Here is another step change delay. Step change delay plus 0.5 or 1 second. It's equivalent to after completing the first step. There will be a delay before the second step. That is the step change delay. The above are all the functions on the system main page. Function introduction and explanation completed. Let's try operating it now.